Good afternoon, Team Cintas. It's great to be back with you. And it's been a couple weeks since we were together. Last week, I sent you a video recap of the values-based leadership section. Noticing when we get squeezed as the leader, what are the emotions that come out? Is it stress and frustration? Or is it excitement and possibly joy? We get to choose. I also challenge you to notice when these emotions are coming out of your team members, when they're stressed by a client, when they're feeling squeezed by that client, what's coming out. The next part of our leadership workshop was 3 types of leadership: the fear-based leader, the grounded leader, and the multiplier. So we're just going to spend a couple of minutes here doing a quick refresher of those leadership styles. If you remember, the fear-based leader uses coercion, uses tactics of, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. The fear-based leadership style can often intimidate, and in the short term can drive results, actually can drive big time results in the short term. But over time, the respect and the energy level from the people we lead when we're using the fear-based leadership style starts to wane, starts to become challenged, can possibly lead to turnover. One of the biggest parts of fear-based leadership that I think is happening more and more in leadership today is the passive-aggressive style. You see, with technology, the availability of texting a lot, email, caller ID, we can now screen how we communicate. And oftentimes, this has challenged our ability to have open, honest communication with the people we lead. Sometimes we'll be really frustrated with them. They aren't getting their results. They really aren't living up to their commitment in the things that they say. Instead of being passive-aggressive about it, instead of running from that conversation, schedule a time for a quick check-in. Use I statements. I'm feeling like this is occurring. And just get it all out on the table. And then take some action steps from there. Then we talked about number 2 leadership, and that's that grounded leader. That's that person that comes in, and it doesn't matter, the building could be on fire, and they have this presence. They have this beingness. We talked about skills, about how we can imagine an orange right underneath our navel, the center of our bodies, and with deep breaths to help us manage that stress and become grounded. Grounded leaders are ones that look for development opportunities with the people that they're leading. They will ask more questions than they will have answers. And again, when all the chaos is happening around, they're able to be the ones that still find solutions and understand that there's always a solution. The third type of leadership style, I had us close our eyes and bring to mind that leader and the qualities of that leader that got 125%. We would run through that wall for them. And we named that the multiplier leader. Because not only is that leader grounded, that leader is efficient on identifying projects and tasks that they can delegate, but not because they don't want to do the work, but because they can challenge and bring out the best of the people they lead. These leaders are not afraid to have that open, honest conversation. These leaders are also not afraid to admit when they've made a mistake, and to have the conversation when maybe their pride and ego got in the way of the relationship with the people they lead. So as you think about your leadership journey and you reference the notes from the workshop, think about the fear-based leader. And sometimes there are tools and skill sets where we've got to motivate and kind of shift somebody. Sometimes there's an emergency, and the course of action is to get something done. And we may fall into that fear-based moment. And then there's the grounding. When are you showing up and taking a breath? Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Taking on larger problems. And also, a grounded leader finds the solution and the ideas before we go to that multiplier or we go to up the level of command. See, when you're being a multiplier, when you're able to delegate things in a way that causes people to get out of their comfort zone, to challenge them in who they are and what they get done. Fear-based, grounded, multiplier. It can be a continuum. Sometimes I fall between them. Sometimes, like with new employees, I'm not at the place where I can be a multiplier leader because we've got to develop the relationship first. But it's interesting. There could be a presence in the factory, in the room, in the office space. And when a multiplier leader comes in, there's almost a shift in the energy, that vibration. You ever had somebody enter a room? They didn't ever have to say anything, yet we knew they were there. Your culture is incredibly strong. The way you guys come together and work as a team. And we did the marshmallow exercise to see how we show up in different leadership styles. Remember the lessons you learned, the reflection time from that exercise. Yes, it was fun to build those towers. But how did you show up? Did you try to draw out other people's strengths that you were working with? Or did we just jump in and create the tower? Did we not really be concerned about the results as long as we got the task done? It's been an honor working with you. We have 2 more videos coming out after this. And just notice the styles. Notice how you're showing up. And notice how your team's showing. The 3 leadership styles. Make it a great day. Onward and upward.